Bobby Beats here. We're going to talk about a subject that comes to mind, that is, would Tariq have taught Lorenzo the game? Now, when it comes down to it, a lot of Power storyline is about, Kanan teaching Tariq the game and telling him a life he never knew about anything. Like, Tariq never knew his father was the biggest drug dealer in New York, and he never knew the kind of gangster his daddy was. But Kanan was the one who told him, and over time, when Tariq started talking to them about it, they pretty much confirmed all that the stories were true. And now, with that being said, Tariq would always come at his father about, him teaching him the game and showing him the way, but Ghost never wanted Tariq to know about the game. He never wanted him in the life, and Tasha ended up embracing it, but it still, to some degree, was a big mistake. Now, would he have taught Lorenzo St. Patrick the game? Now, Lorenzo, for those of you who don't know, is the baby that Tariq and Diana was going to have. The baby is no longer there, though, because they lost the baby. And with that being said, would Tariq have taught his son the game? Believe it or not, I believe there's some people out there that believe that Tariq would have embraced teaching his son the game. Now, I think his approach would have been entirely different, though. I think the thing is that he would have probably taught his son from the beginning while he was young, taught him about the good of business and the bad of business, and tell him really he doesn't want him involved and want him to go on to have a life or a career. So Tariq would low-key be a lot like Ghost. It's just he will do it in a way that's not as, straight there. Like, number one, I don't think Tariq would want his kid to be in the game. I think he definitely would want him to stay out of the game. Tariq has often harkened back in season 4 of Book 2 Ghost, why Ghost wanted to keep him out of the game and why Ghost wanted him not to be involved whatsoever. And he saw why Ghost did things the way he did it. He finally understood his father. And so with that being said, I think with him understanding his dad to some degree, it would be the same thing with his son. He would be like, he doesn't want Lorenzo in the game. He doesn't want Lorenzo around it. He doesn't want anything to do with it. I think though he would be different though. He would show Lorenzo everything he needs to know so he can be protected on the streets or whatever, or know how the business run on the streets. But I don't think he would show Lorenzo enough to the point Lorenzo will put himself in the life. I think he would go out his way to keep Lorenzo away from the life. It's more like a look but don't touch situation, or see but don't go there type situation. And I think that's exactly what would have happened. And the minute Tariq would have heard anything about Lorenzo being involved with anything, any gang, any fight, blah blah blah, then he would just bop. You're going to see him go off on him. And you'll have that similar Ghost and Tariq situation with Tariq and Lorenzo. And that's exactly what I think would have happened. So I think that Tariq maybe would have taught Lorenzo the game, but there's a part of me that believes he would not. And I think that Tariq would probably protect him from the game. Now, Mama Diana might be a different case, and I'm going to tell you why. I think Diana, number one, her whole argument with Tariq in the last season of Book 2 Ghost was that she doesn't want their kid around that life whatsoever, that she doesn't want them to have anything to do with that life. It's kind of hard to say, though, when you got a brother like Kane who's still a gangster, still caught up in things, and Kane was not going to hide anything from Lorenzo. He probably would have been trying to teach Lorenzo the game, much like Kanan was doing with Tariq. And it would have been a situation, would have been Kane telling the truth of what is really going on, while Lorenzo was thinking, oh, I didn't know my dad do that. So you could have a similar scenario to that too. The whole thing is, when it comes down to it though, is that I think when it comes down to Tariq and Lorenzo, Tariq would have gone out his way to keep his son away from the game. He would have taught him about it, but he would have not let him be in the life. He would have kept him out of the life. He would have definitely been Ghost, but he would have been Ghost in a very easier way and not make Lorenzo be as naive. That's exactly what I think would have happened. But that's pretty much all I got to say in regards to that. I just want to say to all of you that it's your boy Bobby Beast here. Just want to say much love, much respect. Hold it down. And